Hello guys, Lit here. So in this video I want to talk a little bit about how I make all my currency, and this is basically what I do since day one until now. The main idea is basically just to farm everything. It basically coming from a strategy where you basically farming Citadel. So something like this. This is a Stone Citadel. You will find Toriani here. Or this one is the Matriarch Hall. This is a new additions. You will get the Origin Spark and Origin something. I forget about it. But this is going to drop the quest item for the Arbiter of Divinity. And this one is actually pretty expensive compared to like this one. So this is a big money here. So we are basically hunting the this Citadel and also the anomaly maps. Like this one is a Jet Island. This is a Reservoir. This is where you can get Garuka Resolve. And Jet Isle can give you Raketa Flow. So that's like the big jackpot of it. It's pretty rare though. I haven't get one since day one. So the idea is basically just to travel around. And some people will use something like Grand Project, but I prefer to not using that. So I basically just travel around. And while I'm traveling, I can farm Abyss, Ritual. Like you can see, I have Delirium here, I have Abyss here. So just get benefit from all of this league mechanic. And because of the change on the Atlas tree, you basically have the mechanic at the full force as long as you have all the skill point. So normal traveling like this is really not that bad, and you actually get quite a lot of loot, especially for something like Abyss. Abyss give you a lot of like divine drops, and Delirium also boosts your drops, so there's something you can do. But that is basically the main idea of it. So it's a very casual way to generate currency. And for the master, I go for Doriani, and this is simply because of this one node over here. This is 10% chance when completing a map to make a nearby map accessible. And this is really helpful. For example, like this area over here, you can see like I can access all of them, and this is because this node is proccing. So I basically can just go any node that I want. Like it's only few nodes away, it's not too far, but it's still very helpful when you're traveling around. And another note that I take is also this one. It will give the Waystone have 25% more effect on prefix or suffixes. This can boost your rarity, your effectiveness and all that stuff, which is really important on the maps. And the last one is evolutionary pressure. This is going to give the monster a lot of effectiveness, which especially in PoE 2, this is just a quantity of item drop. And the rare monster have chance to get monster modifier. Extra modifier is just being small loot. And also get a little bit extra rarity from here. So I mainly do Doriani, and this one is especially for expedition. This league expedition is tied to the league mechanic, so every time I see expedition, I just put one bomb and explode it. The big boom here just make things a lot faster for expeditions. And for the Atlas tree, this league, you basically have the point for taking every single Atlas league. So just take all of them, and there is some node like this where you can choose like which essence you want. This is just depending on like what kind of essence good on the market. So something like this one, Rogue Exile. This one is probably one of the that kind of helpful for what we did because I'm farming Abyss. You do want the Rogue Exile here. But once again, it's an additional Rogue Exile. It's one Rogue Exile. It's not that big of a deal. So just take all your nodes, make sure you get everything, and then the same thing for your link mechanic. Get all the skill point, do all the quest line, and the next one is for the Abyss because I'm farming Abyss. For the faction, I'm choosing Ulaman. Ulaman basically give you a lot of like the currency boxes, and that box actually give you quite a lot of divine. For other factions, Amanamu actually pretty good, but you have to kind of use the pull out technique. So whenever the monster spawn like a black tornado or like the black whirlwind, you have to take the monster out of that so you can get Omen. If you want to do that, Amanamu actually print more currency. But I like to do Ulaman because using minion build to farm Amanamu is a nightmare. So I'm using Ulaman for that, but if you want to do the Omen farming, you have to go for the Amanamu. And for this one, I just go for effectiveness. Normally, the Abyss Pit scattered throughout the area. This is good for the exile. But right now, the Heart of the Well jewel is already dropped down in price a lot. So, and Abyss monster very often drop divine. So I just use the effectiveness of the Abyss monster, and I can get like occasionally divine here and there from the Abyss monster, and this is pretty good. This one is also pretty good. If I find ritual on the map, I usually will do it. And Delirium is a good choose on the map. So this is also something you can do for. And the next one is, I want to talk about this node over here. This is new on this league. So if you have the audience with the king, you will see these options. This will basically grant you the audience with the king. And if you finish the encounter, you will get this Head of the King. And this is quite expensive because this is a new way to farm mod on the monkey. And if I put divine here, this is like almost 2 divine, right? This is 2 divine each. And for the breach, we have the Hive Colony. And this is when you defeat the Hive Colony, you will get a Bridge Lord Sack. And this one is around 5 divine. So Bridge Lord Sack is 5 divine. And also another thing that you can find here on the travel node is this simulacrums. So simulacrum will give you reflections, and doing the delirium itself will give you a simulacrums. So just to check the price, this raven, 2.5 div, 2.4, and then the simulacrum is almost 6 div. So on the traveling node itself, just by doing the audience with the king, Hive Lord, simulacrums, we also have the Citadel, Matriarch, all of them is a pretty good currency, and when you travel around, a base still going to give you divine here and there. And if you get lucky with the Jet Isle or the Reservoir, that's just a big jackpot. You're going to get a lot of currency from there. So next is, let's talk about the map that I run. So there is 2 maps that I run. Basically I have 2 setup. The first setup is for the travel node. Let me grab the tablet. So for the travel node like this, where I try to get here, like for example, if I already done all the Citadel, I want to go up here, I will do this travel node over here. I will just travel there. And when I'm traveling, I will use a tablet like this, irradiated, to make the maps have +1 area level, and Abyss to make sure Abyss, because I'm farming Abyss, but you can change this into any mechanic that you want. You want deliriums or rituals or anything like that, you can use that. And the last one is Overseer tablet. This is also optional. You can choose anything that you want. But the point of this tablet is you want monster have increased effectiveness. This one have 13%, this one have 10%, this one have 10%. So basically your tablet gives you a lot of effectiveness, and on your maps, you will want some form of effectiveness, monster rarity, and item rarity. So the way I usually will get this map is basically I have a Regex here. I will leave it in the descriptions. It's basically going to highlight a maps that have effectiveness, have monster rarity, and have item rarity. So this kind of map is the map that I'm going to use. If the number is pretty good, like this one is total around like 50% more, I will use this kind of maps. And of course, you want to make it 6 mod to get as much value as you can. And that's basically what I do with the travel zone. So let's just do one. This is Fall City. It shouldn't be taking too long. So let's just put it in. And on the map, basically what I did is just looking for Abyss. Like this one, this is the Abyss. I will do the Abyss, and then I go for the boss. That's basically it. I not really spending too much time on the maps. So there we want Abyss down. There's probably some Abyss somewhere else. And you have research strong boxes, do them. Research strong boxes often drop you divine, so do that strong boxes. And also make sure you have like alchemy on your inventory, so you can make the strong boxes rare. And if I found bridge in the way like this, I'll do them. Like, why not? Bridge is pretty fast to do. It doesn't take that much time, so I can just do them and get the reward, and I basically just move on from there. And there we go, we got the reward from bridge, and then we just keep moving, basically try to find the other mechanic. And this is Rogue Exile. I like to do the Rogue Exile because it does drop quite a lot of jewelry, and this is also one way I make currency. I will talk about it in a little bit later in the later part of the video. That will need a little bit more explanations. But it seems like I'm cartographer. This is really good. Do the cartographer sound process. It will give you a lot of maps, and it will help a lot with your map sustain, and especially if you want to craft maps. And I will show how you craft your maps after this. And after that, we just trying to find the boss. So here we find the boss. So here is the Abyss here and the last breach. I will do it in the same time because this build able to do that, and that will cut quite a lot of times. As you can see that boxes from the Abyss actually drop you a decent amount of currency, so Abyss is pretty good for that. And for the lead mechanic, you can check it. If it has something good, then do it. If not, I will just leave it be. And that's basically the maps. So it's taken around like 5 minutes. And this map, we have quite a lot of content. Like we have 2 breach, like a lot of Abyss, and also there's cartography strong boxes and all that stuff. So it takes a little bit longer. But usually the map's taking around like 3 to 4 minutes. And the next, let me showcase the boss fight here. This is the Matriarch Hall. So for the Citadel like this, the same with anomaly maps, we will use a different set of tablet. We will use tablet like this. And this tablet, the most important one is the irradiated. This is going to give +1 level to the area level. But the other two is not really that important. All you need is the quantity of Waystone found in the maps. So this one have 30%, this one have 36, this one have 35. Ideally you want close to 40. And for the maps, we're going to use the map like this that have 135% Waystone drop chance. So the higher your Waystone drop chance, the more chance you have to get like an extra item drop from them. And on this one, I basically going to just go to the boss, just try to rush the boss as fast as I can. I don't really care about the mechanic here, because for the anomaly and also Citadel, the reward is basically coming from the boss, not from the mechanic. So this is the boss for the Matriarch Hall. And sometimes you get this, it's a bit annoying to have a mechanic here at the near the boss. But yeah, this is the boss, we just need to kill it. And here we go. Oh, we got exceptional one. And here you can see that we got 2 of them, original cradle. And each of them I believe is around 4 div. So there's a nice currency there. So after this, I just open the portal and go back. So this one like 2 minutes, it's way too long. I running lap there. But as you can see, this is, let me check how much is the price right now. It's been a while. Yeah, it's still around 4 div, close to 4 div. So this is still a very, very good currency. And even like Ancient Crisis Fragment like this is the one that you get from Jamandra, Toriani, and the Chionor. This one is still a pretty good currency. Like this is this is half a divine. 1.2, yeah, this is almost a divine. It's still pretty good currency, like 50, 60 exalt. It's still a pretty good currency, and I will still do it. But the big currency does come from this Matriarch Hall and Patriarch Hall, like this one over here too. So that basically is the 2 setup. The first one is the tablet with effectiveness and the map with effectiveness and rarity. And the second one is just a lot of quantity of Waystone on your tablet and your maps. And I also have the 4th tablet here, because some of the fight like this, Fall City, this is a city biome. In city biome, you can put extra tablet. So in this case, I will put the extra tablet here. And this is the same thing, you just want more quantity of Waystone. So that's basically the main idea of what I'm doing. And I'm basically making a good amount of currency from it. Like my currency, I think, is pretty good. It's not the best, of course. Like I'm not beating Fabgun with it, but for me it's good enough for me to buy all the gear that I need. You don't have to try hard to make a currency this league, and this is why I'm really enjoying mapping in this league. And let's talk about map crafting. So I have a lot of maps when you farming like this, especially if you put the Overseer tablet, you fight the powerful map bosses, they drop a lot of maps, and you will have bunch of them. And the way I do it, I will put them in a tab like this, and you will grab your alchemy, and you're going to apply the alchemy here to make them rare and 4 mod. And after you have this kind of 4 mod here, the next thing you're gonna do is you're going to take exalted orbs and follow orbs. And the first thing is we're going to make everything 6 mod. And after that, I will apply a Regex. I have a Regex here, which is basically going to highlight a map that have effectiveness, rarity, and item rarity. And I will take the map out, like this one have effectiveness, really good effectiveness and rarity, so I will take them. And I will put them in the map like this, in my own tab. And this is basically the map that I will use on the traveling, when I'm traveling around. And what we're going to do with the rest of the map is to follow them. So when you follow maps, it can become T14, it can become T16, it can also remain the same. It also can randomize the mod. So we're going to follow all of them. My record is still here, and you can see that some of them does become a map that we can use. So we can take out this map. So this is the map that we can use. And after that, I will use a regex to find the Waystone. This is basically a regex that we highlight, a map that have at least 120% chance of Waystone drop. So this one have 125, this one 125, 120, 120, 135, 135, then this is 130, and I will put on the tab like this. And this is basically all the map that have high way drop chance, and this is what I will use for the Citadel and Anomaly maps. And then we have this level 4 maps. We can search for tier 14. This is tier 14 this one is basically useless. You can try to sell it for like 1 exalt. Somebody does buy this kind of map. Maybe they need some map for some traveling zone or something. But I usually just pack them away. And the next one, we're going to find the tier 16. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this tier 16 map is worth 10 chaos each. At least that's the price I usually sell them. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is like 60 chaos. 60 chaos is like almost 3 divine. Just from you rolling the maps. So this is something you can sell. And everything else is here. This is T15 that we cannot use, or because it doesn't really fit the requirement. You actually can sell this for 2 exalt each. So you can sell all of this, and this is including the T16, to basically compensate for like the exalt that you use, because you do use quite a lot of exalt to make all of them 6 mod, right? So this is going to basically cover the cost, and you basically have a maps that are really, really good for you to run, and this will increase your likelihood to get something good from the maps. Like a map like this have a good rarity, have a good effectiveness, like something like this too. And also Citadel, a lot of Waystone drop chance that will increase your likelihood to get 2 fragments, which can be a lot of currency. All you need to do is a little bit extra works, because this does take some time to do. So this is what I usually do with my maps, and that's how I get all these maps that I will run. And the last thing, this is also another thing that make me a decent amount of currency, even though I'm not really a crafter. But this kind of stuff is the stuff that I'm picking up on the ground. For examples, like this one have T2 and Tier 3 resistance. This one have T1 hybrid and tier 2 resistance. This one have T2 energy shield, T2 lightning resistance. And also you can find a ring like this. This one have like T4 flat damage and also resistance. You will find this kind of item when you on the maps. And I like to keep them. And when I have a brick or something like that, I will usually craft them. The one I really, really like to do is ring. And this is because if you hit a good ring, it actually worth quite a lot. So what I usually do, for example, like this, I will go to my tab. I will put something like called resistance. Basically, I will fill the suffix with resistance. And for the prefix, you either try to get the life or try to get a flat damage. So in this one, I have like writing resistance. I will just put the called resistance here. And then I will grab my omen. And this is the reason why you see all my omens still here, because I am using it. I will have this one. This is going to make your exalted only affecting prefix. And this one going to make your exalted exalt twice basically. And I will grab 1 exalted orbs, and this basically you're going to add 2 mod on the prefix. And we got flash physical is not very good, and we can try again on this one. The same thing, I will put a resistant essence, and then I will take the omen. Then I will slam twice with the greater exalt. And this one get flat again. It also have evasion, so we'll see how much this is going to worth. So this is with evasion. This is already 1 divine, right? And this is something I like to do. Eventually, this is not going to be too profitable, because as the league progresses, you kind of need better and better items to solve. So at some point, I will stop doing this. But this is something I like to do early in the league, because early in the league, the item that you can solve doesn't really have too much of a standard. So as long as you get like a decent item, you can actually sell it for like a pretty good price. And if I show you my history, you can actually see some items that I sell. Like this one is Sapphire Ring for 4 divine, Amethyst Ring for 3 divine, and this is Ancestral Triara for 20 divine. I think I got lucky with this one, maybe. And then this is all the maps that I sold, which is basically cover all the history. But I have a lot of small sales like this, which is like 1 divine, 2 divine, like 3 divine here and there. And sometimes I hit something good, it worth something like 20 divine, 10 divine, something like that. And this end up making me a good amount of currency basically. And I think that's about it. That's how I make all my currency. It's a very casual way to make currency. It's nothing fancy. You're not going to make like 100 divine per hour with this. But it's very comfy. I just love mapping with this league. I don't know why. It's just This league, I think you can do any mechanic that you want, and you're still going to make enough currency to buy all the gear that you need. I think this league is really, really good for the end game because of that. This is the reason why I'm still basically just running map around like this. It's just a lot of fun. The end game just feel a lot richer than before, and I just love it. So yeah, I think that's it from me. And as usual, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment below. I will try my best to answer it. And thank you everyone for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one.